Now that's a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So look, this is one of those rare situations where I go to see a movie and I don't understand everything that's going on, but I still dig the shit out of it. I dug the shit out of this movie. By the way, bad lighting, I'm sorry. I usually use my natural lighting. I still have to invest in some lights, goddammit. But this is the only lighting that I have, and it's raining outside, so that explains the shitty lighting. But anyways, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I did not understand everything that was going on in this movie. Well, this is supposed to be non-spoiler, but what's in the trailers? I guess so. But anyways, Kingpin Wilson Fisk is the main villain of this movie, as far as I know. And he's doing something. He has this machine where he brings in stuff from other alternate universes and stuff like that. What's his reason for doing this? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'll get it in the comments. You idiot. You wasn't following the movie. You say you're a Spider-Man fan, blah, blah, blah. Go kill yourself, yada, yada, yada. Keyboard warrior, bullshit, whatever, whatever, whatever. I wasn't totally clear on what Kingpin was trying to do. But anyways, it's this machine that has to do with bringing these alternate universes together, and that's how you get the Spider People together, okay? I don't think that's a spoiler. I think it was in the trailer. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't understand everything that was going on, but I still really dug this movie. It's just some movies just have that it factor where even if you don't really get it, because it is so good, it's so kick-ass, it's shot so well, acted so well, it just makes you feel something, and certain movies just have that it factor, and this had it. I can't wait to see this again. I'm pretty sure the more I watch it, the more I'll get it. But on first viewing, I didn't get it all the way. And real quick story. Also, I didn't complete the whole thing. Like I did finish. I did start it and finish it. But there was a part in the movie. I say I missed about maybe 12 minutes of it because I got a prank from my child's mother. My child's mother decided out of all days, out of all times, to prank me. And long story short, I end up having to leave the theater. I walk into the car and it's raining, and I'm saying all kind of stuff in my head that I shouldn't be saying about the child of my mother. Mother of my child, you know what the hell I meant. But I get in the car, I'm starting to drive, steam is coming off my head, and then, haha, I got you, it was a joke, you know, you're on punked. And I'm like, you son of a... But I got to go back and finish the movie, so there was a part that was missing that I missed, and when I read up a little bit about it, the part that I missed, something key happened, and I missed it. Then I'm like, ooh, I just want to choke you until your weave pops out of your head. I hope she doesn't see that video and hear what the hell I said about her. Yes, I said I want to choke her until the weave popped off her head. But anyways, Miles Morales is the focal point of this movie. I never thought that I would want to see a Spider-Man movie that didn't have to do with Peter Parker because I am old school. Peter Parker will always be Spider-Man, Bruce Banner will always be the Hulk, Steve Rogers is Captain America. I stopped reading comic books in the 90s, so they tried to bring new characters out, new people out as these characters. Like they have an Asian Hulk, they have, you know, Miles Morales as Spider-Man, a female Thor, and yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about all this. But after watching this movie, I do definitely want to see more of Miles Morales. I want to see more of his character. This is his story. This is a coming of age tale of Miles Morales, and I don't know much about him. I didn't read none of the comics with him, but just from what I saw in this movie, I was like, I like this kid. I'm invested in this character. They really took their time to flesh out his character and make him really likable. They didn't try to force feed us. They didn't try to do the whole passing the torch thing and make us like this kid. No, it was done naturally and it was done fluently, and similar to how Rocky Balboa passed the torch to Adonis Creed, Peter Parker passed the torch to Miles Morales, and I dug that, and I do want to see more of Miles Morales. Like, this was his story. And Peter Parker, we see a different version of Peter Parker because all we've gotten is the same version over and over and over again, but just told in different ways. So we got about, what, 7 or 8 Spider-Man movies where they got to tell Peter Parker's story over and over and over again. It gets a little boring after a while. This was a fresh take on the Peter Parker character as well, and I really dug it. I liked how they made him kind of, well, he's not really middle-aged, but he's a little bit older. He's out of shape. You know, his life is really worse than it was when he was a teenager, and you almost do feel kind of sorry for him, but it's definitely a fresh take on him. But I will say at times he did remind me of Deadpool. Like, there were some things that he did as Spider-Man, older Peter Parker, where I'm like, that looks a little Deadpool-ish. And it almost kind of took me out a little bit, but still, this movie was just too awesome to even nitpick about everything. Like, I dug everything about this movie, except for the fact that I could not really get what the motivation was behind Kingpin doing what he was doing. Some parts kind of lost me a little bit. And like I said, when I was going back and forth with Baby Mama on the texting, then I had to leave. I couldn't really follow everything. But that's not even a gripe, because I know once I watch it again, I'll get it. But just on first viewing, I really didn't get everything. So other than that, this movie, there's nothing bad I could say about it. The animation was on point. It took me a while for my eyes to get adjusted to the animation, because it's a new style. It's not quite Pixar. It's not quite 2D animation. It's like a blend of both of them. But then when I looked at the format of the animation, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks almost like, this is like a comic book. I said, okay, this is like a comic book page on like come to life, like on the screen. And I really dug that, because being an avid comic book reader back in the 80s and 90s, this is right up my alley. So I got to see a comic book come alive, and I really dug that shit. So the acting was on point, the animation was ill, the action scenes was good. Like everything about this movie was just ill. And as far as animation goes, I haven't really seen many animation movies this year. But the one that I did see was Incredibles 2. I dug Incredibles 2, even though most people criticize it for being SJW, but I did dig it. But I say this is better than Incredibles 2, and I'm gonna be bold enough to say, I don't give a fuck what y'all put in the comments. I'm gonna be bold enough to say, well, that is to those that watch this review, I'm gonna say that this is probably one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made. I know that's not saying a whole lot, but I did do a video about the best and worst of Spider-Man, and I gotta say, hands down, this is definitely better than like maybe 90% of the Spider-Man movies that I've seen. Like, watching this, when it went off, I said, this is a Spider-Man movie. This is the Spider-Man movie that I've been waiting for, and I got it before they put me 6 feet under. And it had really nothing to do with Peter Parker. Shit. What are the odds? So wrapping it up, guys, I really dug Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I definitely recommend going to see it. I was going to bring my 3-year-old to watch it, but I don't know how he was going to do in a movie theater. And plus, it's almost 2 hours long, so I didn't know how he was going to do. But yeah, take your kids to see it, man. It's a good family film. Really dug it. So I'm going to give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse an A. Could have gave it an A+ the way I'm excited about it, but like I said, I have to watch it again. Because I have to understand some of the shit that was going on. It kind of had that Batman Ninja thing, where the alternate universe shit, but done way better than Batman Ninja. I don't even know why I said Batman Ninja. That movie doesn't even deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as this movie. But anyways, y'all, I give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse an A. Definitely one of the better movies of this year, 2018. And perfect passing of the torch from one iconic character to new blood, and it's been done 3 times this year. Creed with Rocky with Creed, and then also with the Daniel and Johnny with the new Cobra Kai characters. Can't wait for season 2 of that, by the way. So y'all, what do you guys think of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Comment freely below. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. And no, I'm not really gonna choke my baby moms. Okay, so don't take the shit that I say literally. It's just in my head, but I'm not actually gonna do it. All right, signing out. 1.